Got a few questions about my kayak and how it's set up. Tide's just starting to come in. So I just want to give you a brief overview. I've got the Bixpy motor in here, it's a J2. So that's a little electric jet motor that helps me push along. It's mounted on my rudder, so I can lower that down and I can steer left and right just with the pedals just down here. I can push that forward and it turns the rudder, which in turn changes the way the motor pushes me. I've got a chill pod in here, so this is something this is a Viking Reload. And so it's got a chill pod here. I can keep all my gear in here. I can put my fish in there. You can put ice in there and keep your fish nice and cool. So it's a great addition. A lot of people just use the fish bag in there, cooler bag. Find it just a little bit more low profile and stuff, but I keep my sea anchor and stuff like that in there. I've got a light and a flag, so if I go out and it's a little bit dark, the light alerts people that I'm there, and hopefully boaties and jet skiers and people like that see my flag, because when you're bumping up and down on swell, you can quite often disappear because you're the low profile of a kayak. So hopefully the flag alerts people that I'm there. I generally carry about 3 rods, so a couple of soft baiting rods and a slightly heavier rod. I've got a couple of the Alvi, so it's the Alvi bait caster, overhead bait caster. That one's just got a Shimano SLX on it. It's actually my wife's fishing rod, the nice steel. And the other Alvi Orbiter, RO100 I think it is, with the corresponding 100 reel. Really important thing, life jacket. Don't go out without a life jacket. I've got a radio in the front pocket, an E-perb up in the top, carry a knife in case I get tangled up in ropes and fall out. There's the remote for my Bixpy. So with that I can control the speed the motor's going at. It's got forward and reverse, 12 forward speeds and 3 reverse speeds, and I shove my phone in that pocket. So I like this life jacket. It's a Baltic. Got to have pockets. Got a seat. This thing's got quite a few hatches, so I keep a rainproof jacket and my keys in the middle there. One of the things I love about the Reload is the tackle pod system. So basically this whole pod here, if I pull this pin, I can pull that pin out, lift that whole section out of my kayak. So it's got all my tackle in here, my GoPro stuff. It carries a battery in there, which runs my fish finder, which is permanently mounted on it. The bottom of it goes through the kayak, so the transducer sits down in the water and I can just pop that whole thing out. I've just put this Railblazer rail on it and got Railblazer mountings on it, so I can mount my phone. I've got a couple of rod holders, which is great because it puts the rods back up where when I'm sitting in the seat I can deal with the end of my line because it sort of hangs right down in front of me. There's the battery for the Bixpy, and that'll pretty much get me going all day. If it's really windy and I'm doing a lot of motoring, I have run it flat twice in just over a year of having it, but most times I come back after about 7 hours, 6-7 hours, with about a third to a half of the battery. So I've just got a Insta360 camera, so this will be my first time running that, so hopefully I'm bringing some great footage today. I've got a GoPro 10, I'm going to put that above my shoulder to start with, and make put that on the head mount. So yeah, so that's in my kayak. I've got a running rig on the side, so a pulley system here that I'll have hooked up to my sea anchor or drove, drift chute, whichever way you want to call it. And so you can position that so that's at the front or the back. And so yeah, that's a look at my kayak, look at my setup. Got a paddle which generally gets used just to get me out in the water and just to get me back. Other than that, quite often just use the motor. So yeah, hopefully Cosmo's getting himself ready, and we'll be heading out here today. So this is Jones's Bay, and yeah, the sun's just starting to come up behind the ridge over there. And yeah, some other people going out for a fish. Hopefully it's really good out here. So hope you enjoyed that. Thanks.